Hello, brothers and sisters. Have you ever wondered what life will be like in heaven? What wonders await us in eternity? Today, we will discover 6 amazing things we will do in heaven. Have you ever thought about what it will be like to live in the constant presence of God? Or what it will be like to reunite with those we love? And what about living in a place where there is no pain, suffering, or death? Stay with us until the end, because each revelation is more surprising than the last, and you won't want to miss a single detail. Will we have a different body in heaven? How will we worship God for eternity? These and other questions will be answered today. If you like content like this and want to uncover more about divine promises, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. And share this with your friends and family, so that everyone can be inspired by the hope of eternal life. Let's uncover the heavenly mysteries together and fill ourselves with hope. Shall we begin? One of the most amazing things we will do in heaven is dwell in the presence of God. In Revelation chapter 21 verse 3 it is written, "And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, 'Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God.'" This means we will live in direct communion with the Creator, experiencing his glory and love in a way we have never experienced before on earth. Imagine the feeling of always being enveloped by divine love, without barriers, without intermediaries. Living in God's presence will bring us incomparable peace and joy. It will be a time when all our doubts are clarified and our hearts are completely filled with divine light. This continuous presence will give us a deep understanding of our purpose and of all creation. The closeness with God will be a transformative experience, revealing to us the fullness of his love and allowing us to live in complete harmony with him. Many theologians believe that in heaven we will not need the sun or moon because God's glory will illuminate everything. This vision helps us understand the magnitude of the divine presence and how sufficient it is to sustain all existence. Won't it be wonderful to live in a place where God's light will constantly envelop us? Another incredible thing we will do in heaven is enjoy a new creation. In Revelation chapter 21 verse 5, it is written, "He who was seated on the throne said, 'I am making everything new.' Then he said, 'Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true.'" This verse assures us that everything will be renewed and perfect, without pain, suffering, or death. Reflection. Think of a world where perfection reigns, where nature is lush, and every detail reflects God's glory. We will enjoy a restored creation where harmony prevails. This new heaven and new earth are promises that the best is yet to come and that all the sorrows of the present world will be forgotten. The renewal of all things will allow us to experience beauty and peace that transcend anything we have ever seen on earth. It will be a world where every element of creation reflects God's perfection and goodness. The Bible describes the New Jerusalem as a city of pure gold, as clear as glass, adorned with precious stones. This symbolism gives us a glimpse of the indescribable beauty that awaits us. Imagine a city so bright and magnificent that its streets are pure gold. This shows us the grandeur of what God has prepared for us. In heaven, we will live in eternal peace and harmony. In Isaiah chapter 11 verse 6, it is written, "The wolf will live with the lamb, the leopard will lie down with the goat, the calf and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them." This verse illustrates the perfect peace that will reign in heaven, where there will be no more violence or enmity. Living in peace and harmony is a deep desire for all of us. In heaven, this will be the constant reality. Imagine a place where everyone lives in complete unity, where mutual love and respect are the norm. This state of peace will allow us to experience pure and true relationships without hurt or misunderstandings. In heaven, justice and harmony will prevail, and all relationships will be restored and based on God's perfect love. Many scholars point out that the description of wild animals living in peace is a metaphor for complete reconciliation and the absence of fear. This symbolizes that all of God's creations will be in perfect harmony, reflecting divine order. Imagine a world where there is no fear, only trust and harmony, where even the fiercest animals live in peace. We will enjoy a glorified body in heaven. In Philippians chapter 3, verse 21, it is written, "Who, by the power that enables him to bring everything under his control, will transform our lowly bodies so that they will be like his glorious body." This verse reveals that we will receive a perfect body, free from imperfections and limitations. Think of a body that feels no pain, fatigue, or illness, a body that reflects divine perfection and is capable of doing everything we desire. This transformation is a promise that we will live in fullness without the limitations we currently face. It will be a state of being where our true essence will be fully manifested. Having a glorified body will allow us to live in complete harmony with God and creation, experiencing life in its fullness. The idea of a glorified body is fascinating. Some theologians suggest that these bodies will have extraordinary abilities, such as the ability to move quickly or to appear and disappear, just as Jesus did after the resurrection. Imagine having a body that never gets tired, that can move instantly from one place to another, and that is perfect in every way. In heaven, we will worship God perpetually. In Revelation chapter 4, verse 8, it is written, "Each of the 4 living creatures had 6 wings and was covered with eyes all around, even under its wings. Day and night they never stop saying, 'Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come.'" This verse shows that worship will be a central part of our life in heaven. Worshipping God without ceasing may seem exhausting to some, but in heaven it will be a completely revitalizing experience. Worship means being in constant communion with God, acknowledging His greatness and goodness. Each moment of praise will be a new discovery of divine majesty, filling our being with indescribable joy. Worship in heaven will be a continuous celebration of God's goodness and love, uniting all the redeemed in one chorus of praise. Worship in heaven will be unlike anything we know. Imagine praises accompanied by angelic choirs, heavenly instruments, and a harmony that transcends anything we have experienced here on earth. It will be a worship that fills our being with eternal joy and gratitude, allowing us to experience God's presence in a completely new way. Finally, in heaven, we will reunite with loved ones. In Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17, it is written, "After that, we who are still alive and are left will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so we will be with the Lord forever." This verse gives us the hope that we will reunite with those we love and who have gone before us. The reunion with our loved ones will be one of the most emotional moments in heaven. Think of the joy of seeing again those who have marked our lives, sharing experiences and living eternally in communion. This will be a time of celebration and renewed love, where there will be no more goodbyes or separations. The promise of an eternal reunion fills us with hope and comforts us in times of longing. The Bible promises that there will be no more crying or pain in heaven. This means that the tears of longing and sadness we shed here on earth will be replaced by eternal and immeasurable joy as we reunite with our loved ones. Imagine a place where there are no more goodbyes, only continuous reunions and celebrations with those we love. Reflecting on what we will do in heaven helps us keep our focus on our faith and the hope of divine promises. Each point we discussed today shows us that heaven will be a place of perfection, love, and eternal communion with God and others. Living in God's presence, enjoying a new creation, living in peace, having a glorified body, worshipping perpetually, and reuniting with loved ones are promises that fill us with joy and expectation. May these truths inspire us to live in a way that pleases God, always keeping our eyes fixed on the eternity that awaits us. Many saints and mystics had visions of heaven that confirm these promises. Their experiences give us a glimpse of what is to come and reinforce our faith. These revelations show that although we may face challenges and difficulties in this life, what awaits us is infinitely better and worth every effort we make to follow God's path. Moreover, dwelling in God's presence is a reality that transcends our current understanding. In heaven, there will be no need for temples or rituals to draw near to God, for He will be with us fully and continuously. The Bible teaches that we will see God face to face, an experience that will transform our existence forever. The Apostle Paul, in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 12, writes, "For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known." This shows us that our understanding will be complete and intimacy with God will be perfect. In heaven, creation will be fully renewed. Nature will reflect God's glory fully and harmoniously. There will be no more pollution, destruction, or imbalance. Every tree, every flower, every river will be an expression of divine beauty. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 18 describes, "But be glad and rejoice forever in what I will create, for I will create Jerusalem to be a delight and its people a joy." This new world will be a place of continuous joy and celebration, where creation will be a constant testimony of God's love. The peace and harmony in heaven will be so profound that no words can fully describe it. There will be no more conflicts, wars, or divisions. God's justice will prevail, and all will live in perfect communion. Isaiah's prophecy about the wolf and the lamb is a powerful metaphor for this peace. In heaven, all relationships will be restored and purified, reflecting the peace that Jesus promised in John chapter 14, verse 27. "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." Enjoying a glorified body is something we can only begin to imagine. Our current body is subject to disease, weaknesses, and limitations, but in heaven we will be transformed to be like Jesus in his resurrection. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verses 42 to 44, "So will it be with the resurrection of the dead. The body that is sown is perishable, it is raised imperishable. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. If there is a natural body, there is also a spiritual body. This spiritual body will be incorruptible and glorious, enabling us to live fully in God's presence. Worshipping God in heaven will be a transformative experience. Each act of worship will be a revelation of divine majesty, and our hearts will overflow with love and gratitude. The book of Revelation gives us glimpses of this heavenly worship, where multitudes of angels and saints join in continuous praise. In Revelation chapter 7, verses 9 and 10, we read, "After this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. They were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hands. And they cried out in a loud voice, 'Salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb.'" This perpetual worship will be a celebration of God's salvation and love, uniting all the redeemed in one chorus of praise. Reuniting with loved ones will be one of the greatest joys of heaven. The promise that there will be no more separations fills us with hope. Jesus assured us in John chapter 14, verses 2 and 3. "My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am." This reunion will be a time of renewal of bonds of love and friendship, eternally free from the pain of separation. Each of these promises gives us a glimpse of the glory that awaits us in heaven. They encourage us to persevere in faith, knowing that our reward will be great. The vision of a glorious future motivates us to live according to Jesus' teachings, to love our neighbor and to seek a life of holiness. Heaven is more than a destination. It is the fulfillment of God's plan for humanity. It is the full manifestation of God's love, where we will live in perfect communion with Him and with one another. This hope strengthens us and gives us the courage to face life's challenges, knowing that the best is yet to come. Therefore, as we reflect on these 6 amazing things we will do in heaven, let this hope fill our hearts and inspire us to live in a way that glorifies God in everything we do. May we spread this message of love and hope to everyone around us, remembering that we are called to something much greater than this earthly life. Beloved brothers and sisters, did you enjoy learning about these 6 amazing things we will do in heaven? I'm sure it brought hope and joy to your heart. If you want to continue exploring fascinating topics like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give it a like, and activate the notification bell to receive all notifications. Share this video with your friends and family so that more people can know about these wonderful promises. See you in the next video.